Narayana. Hari Om and good morning from Mahava. By show of hands, how many of you have been on a yatra before? Okay. In our scriptures, a tirtha yatra is known to be the lowest type of sadhana. You cannot engage in a worse sadhana than going on a yatra if that yatra doesn't lead you to satsang. Because if that yatra is not leading you to satsang, it's just a vacation, correct? And if you think of the tours that are now available, many people go on yatras, but they're actually just going on vacation. A yatra is to lead you to satsang. And our Puja Swami Tapovanam shares, Kashi or Varanasi is a place of Shravana. There's a lot of scholars that are there. We should go there and listen. Rishikesh is a place of Manana. You have to go higher north, and I always share with you, the higher you go outwardly is the deeper you go inwardly. So one has to go to Rishikesh then to reflect on what one has heard. And Uttarakashi is a place for nididhyasana or contemplation, where one is supposed to experience what they heard in Kashi. Now, what do we go to Kashi for? To die, correct? What do we go to Rishikesh for? For prasad. And on and on and on. And when we think about a yatra leading us to satsang, where should satsang lead us? Satsang should lead us to the Guru Shishya Parampara. The Guru is known as Sarva Veda Mayo Guruhu. That the Guru contains, the Guru's nature is that of all of the Veda. Sarva Veda Mayo Guruhu. And deeper than that, Sarva Deva Mayo Guruhu. The Guru is of the essence of all of the gods. So where do you begin? Yatra. Yatra should lead you to satsang. Satsang should lead you to the Guru Shishya Parampara. And the Guru Shishya Parampara will lead you to yourself. At the end of Atma Bodha, Acharya Shankara says, the greatest tirthasthana is the realization you feel in your own heart. When I feel that contentment in my heart, do I need to go anywhere? Do I need to change anything? You're just being. Our Vedanta and Ramayana course, some people are interpreting this as Ramayana only, like a yatra. But those who are going higher, those who are going deeper, they're feeling the satsanga. They're feeling the Vedanta aspect of this. They're feeling more content. They're feeling more free. Last week, we had studied Vibhishana's Sharanagati. And we have seen this so many times. We quote this so many times. There's a lot of detail involved in surrender. And thinking about this in a more worldly way. For those who have a baby, when you had a baby, you were ready to spend any amount of dollars on that baby, correct? on a car seat, on formula, on a bed. Any amount of disposable income, I will spend on my infant. And for those who are past that stage or don't have a baby, people do the same with pets, correct? They will spend any amount of money on their pets. Yesterday I was walking through Manhattan and there's a whole gym for pets. I was looking inside and I saw some humans, but more animals. Any amount on babies, on pets. When we think of Bhagwan, it is not money that we would spend like on babies or pets. This idea of paying attention, we say that in an angry way. Pay attention, pay attention, pay attention while you're driving. Deeper than that is pay with attention. And here, pay with attention really means give your time. Whoever you give your time to, you love. And whoever you don't give your time to, you don't love. It is that black and white. It is that apparent. When we think of surrender in a worldly way, in a practical way, surrender is giving your time to your Creator. Giving your time to self-development, that is surrender. But for me to say I surrender, but I never give time to satsanga, to the Guru Shishya Parampara, those are just words. There will be no experience of being free like Vibhishana feels. Poetically, when we take one step towards Bhagwan, Bhagwan takes 10 steps towards us, isn't it? Like an infant, when an infant just stands up, you're already there with your arms stretched out to embrace that infant. All we need to do is give one step of our effort, our time, our resources towards Bhagwan. God will come towards us 10 times that amount. And for those who take 10 steps towards God, one is being embraced by God. And Vibhishana did that. He left Lanka to Rameshram, and Bhagwan Rama made him Lankesha. Ask yourself, where is your time going? And if your time is going towards God, fantastic. And if your time is not going towards God, then be careful about saying, I surrender, because you don't. In our Vedanta and Ramayana course, Bhagwan Rama is trying to call us out on that, to wake us up. We continue to slowly reach the end of Sundarakanda because the dialogues here are most practical. You'll see that more today. I'm on the 51st section of Chaupais. I'm reading the 4th Chaupai, the first line. It was 51:4:1. Pratama pranama kina siru nai. Bhagwan Rama, when he's at the ocean, the first action he engages in is he prostrates to the ocean. Baite puni tata dharba dasai. Then he sits near the ocean shore on a bed of darba grass, and he's beginning his invocation of the ocean. So leading up to this, what has happened? It is Vibhishana who told Bhagwan Rama that we should ask the ocean about what the best way is to go from Rameshram to Lanka. And Vibhishana tells Bhagwan Rama that the ocean, the Sagara, is actually your relative. Raja Sagara is your relative, so you're asking family for this passage. So Vibhishana gives him this advice, and Bhagwan Rama listens to him and smiles and says, if Bhagwan wishes. And I love that scene. Bhagwan is saying, if Bhagwan wishes. So much humility in this sharing. So Vibhishana says we should ask the ocean. Bhagwan says, if Bhagwan wishes. And who's listening to all of this? Sri Lakshmana. And he is not happy with the advice of Vibhishana. He is not happy with Bhagwan Rama's response. He's disturbed by all of this. And that's all I want to study from the Katha part. That's it. But there's a lot of Vedanta in this. So I'll elaborate. The ocean has a Devata, correct? Varuna Devata is the deity of the ocean. Now, Varuna Devata should know that the creator of Varuna Devata is coming, isn't it? That Devata should go and receive Jagadishwara Bhagwan. For us too, we should always be aware of those who are wiser than us, those who have contributed to our life. That's why we touch our parents' feet. That's why when wise people come into our homes, we greet them with our eyes, with our hands, not "I'll see you at dinner." Varuna Devata is acting like an immature child, no? He should have came to greet Bhagwan, but he's not doing that. But you see how large-hearted Bhagwan is? He goes and asks Varuna Devata for passage. He's not feeling bitter. If you're not talking to me, I'm not talking to you then. How do you change someone who's childish? By being more mature. Like Vibhishana with Ravana, correct? Not that Ravana ever understood. Then, this is Bhagwan Rama, and this is Varuna Devata. You see how Bhagwan Rama at no point is standoffish. Shri Lakshmana is standoffish. Hey, he should just open up and you should walk. But Bhagwan Rama sits down and prays. For our challenges in life, our first strategy is fight or flight. Standoffish, like Sri Lakshmana. But the real first strategy is prayer. We always use prayer as the last strategy when it should really be the first strategy. And Bhagwan shows us, whenever there's a challenge in life, pray. I was speaking to a young adult recently, and he's going through some intense difficulties in his life. My first thought to him was, pray to your Creator to ask forgiveness for what you've done. Number 2, be around the right role model so you don't make the same mistake. And number 3 is seek professional help, whether it's medication or counseling, etc. And I think that another person, the first strategy they would have told him is seek professional help. But that should be, I'm not saying the last strategy, but certainly prayer shouldn't be the last strategy. Prayer should be the first strategy. And one more detail here. Sri Lakshmana is thinking, Vibhishana just got here. And he's giving Bhagwan Rama advice. What gives him the authority to give Bhagwan Rama advice? And why Bhagwan Rama is taking advice from Vibhishana, you see subtly Bhagwan Rama is always finding ways to give credit to others. You know that the ocean is going to open and Bhagwan is going to cross. Who's going to get credit for that? Vibhishana. Amassing this army of monkeys, are they there for Sugriva or are they there for Rama? They're there for Bhagwan Rama, but Sugriva is going to get the credit for it, correct? Someone who wants to live in a divine way, they're not credit seeking. They're seeking ways to give credit. And that's very different than the way society is right now. When you're in high school and university, you always have to stand out above the rest, isn't it? But the deepest way to stand out is when you don't need to talk about yourself. You don't always need to be heard because you're content. You're large-hearted enough to give other people credit. Let other people speak, and on and on and on. So Bhagwan shows this. When Sri Lakshmana is disturbed by this, he shares to Bhagwan Rama, you can dry up this ocean with one arrow. And Bhagwan Rama just smiles. You think Bhagwan Rama doesn't know that? In Valmikiji's Ramayana, in this portion, what is shown, Bhagwan Rama has 16 unique values, qualities, like we chanted today with Gurudev's Ashtotara. One of them is Jita Krodaha. Bhagwan Rama is not there to conquer the ocean. He's teaching us to conquer our anger. Jita Krodaha. His wife is over there. He should be having no obstacles, but he's not succumbing to anger. He's being patient. And he's teaching us too that anger, again, should be a last resort, not the first resort. When so many of us, anger is our nature now, correct? We studied in Ayodhya Kanda, when Raja Dasharatha goes to see Mother Kaikeyi. Where is she? In the anger room. And I had shared at that time, now every room in our house is an anger room. Back in the day, there was one room, like Wolf Blitzer has a situation room, correct? So there's an anger room, but now every room is an anger room. Bhagwan is Jita Krodaha. And there's lots of wonderful qualities relating to this, and this is being shown. And Sri Lakshmana says a pretty harsh sentence in this whole dialogue. He says, only cowards depend on luck. Only a coward depends on luck. Who is he saying this to? Bhagwan Rama. But you have to understand this more deeply. Only cowards depend on luck. Only. Only a coward would depend on luck only. See, what we should do is put in our maximum effort, and then if luck goes our way, great. And if luck doesn't go our way, there's nothing else we could have done. But many of us depend on luck only without the hard work. So that's what he's really picking on here. Only cowards depend on luck only. So many of us, we read our Janam Batris, we read our stars and so on. Shani's in my house today. I can't do anything. I have bad luck. Someone's nazar is on me, right? I have to put a black mark here. We're externalizing all of that. That's someone who depends on luck, just like you believe in bad luck. But if you've worked hard, then luck is like a bonus. If it's there, good, and if it's not there, also good. Hard work. So all of this is seen in this dialogue, and now there's another dialogue we will shift to. This dialogue is back to our Ravana. And you're all saying, why are you saying our Ravana? I understand our Rama, but why our Ravana? Because we're closer to Ravana right now than we are to Bhagwan Rama. I'm on the 57th section of Chopais. I'm reading the 4th Chaupai, the second line, 57:4-2. Jaba tehi kaha dena be dehi. One of Ravana's spies, his name is Sukha. Not Shukha from Srimad Bhagavatam, Sukha. Sukha tells Ravana, in Ravana's court, my advice to you is for you to return Vaidehi. Who's Vaidehi? Mother Sita. Charana prahara kina satatehi. That sata, that wretched Ravana, that impulsive Ravana, takes out his charana again. What is charana? His foot. He kicks him too. This Ravana has a problem. He just keeps kicking everyone. So he kicks his minister here. Now, what caused him to feel like this towards his minister? When Vibhishana left Lanka to go to Bhagwan Rama, Ravana sent spies with him. If someone leaves an army, a diligent army commander will send people to watch over them, correct? Phone tapping. That was all started over here, or indicated here in Ramayana. So spies went with him. And these spies are watching how Vibhishana is this person who just came to Bhagwan Rama, is giving this advice, and right away Bhagwan Rama says, let's try. And they were so moved that, hey, Ravana's not like this at all. And Bhagwan Rama is so large-hearted, he's so listening-oriented, they started praising in their minds Bhagwan Rama, and what was in their minds started coming out in their mouths too. If I keep thinking about food as I'm speaking to you, I'm going to say dosa by accident, correct? So they keep thinking about, and remember, they're spies, so they're disguised. As they're thinking about Bhagwan Rama, accidentally out of their mouth comes, praise to Bhagwan Rama, he's the best, go defeat that Ravana. And as they were saying this, their disguises came off. Imagine this was a fake mustache and I'm moving around a lot and it's, so happy. Slowly it'll come off, correct? So their disguises came off. And when their disguises came off, they're surrounded by millions of monkeys and bears. And they immediately think of when Hanumanji was in Lanka, what did the Rakshasas do to Hanumanji? They tied him up. So they immediately tied these two spies up and paraded them through all of the monkeys, and all of the monkeys were ridiculing them. That your master's like this is what you did to Hanumanji. And these monkeys brought these spies to Sugriva. He's the commanding officer. And Sugriva says, you did this to Hanumanji, you cut his tail off or tried? We're going to cut off your ears and nose. And these monkeys are about to cut off these ears and nose of these spies when they say, in Bhagwan Rama's name, please don't hurt us. And as soon as all of those monkeys heard the word Rama, they stopped. And Sri Lakshmana, he was paying attention to all of this commotion, and he came over there and says, who are you? And they said, we are spies of Ravana, but we believe in Bhagwan Rama. So Sri Lakshmana says, understood, but we can't keep you here. In a diplomatic matter, we have to send you back. Like Russia and America right now, right? You have to send each other's ambassadors back. But Sri Lakshmana writes out a letter and gives it to these spies and says, give this to Ravana. Gives him a letter. So they're very grateful to Sri Lakshmana because they've heard that Sri Lakshmana is not Jita Krodha, he's only Krodha. But he just sends a letter with them. Like if you do something wrong in school, a letter's okay, but if your parents are called into the school, something more serious is about to happen. Now, when these spies go back to Ravana, and Ravana asks, tell me, what is your report on Vibhishana? And Sukha says, he's no longer Vibhishana, he's Lankesha. Here you are sitting in this throne, but Bhagwan Rama has already given him the Vijaya Tilak. And he's the king of Lanka. Imagine how heated up Ravana would have been. He says that we were discovered as spies, but they released us. They didn't touch us. They just said, go back to you. And they had shared that, that Hanumanji, that monkey that came to Lanka, he's the weakest in their army. That he did this to Lanka. Every person in that army we've seen is stronger than Hanumanji. So we need you to know this, that you should give back Mother Sita. That's where this advice came from. And Ravana was infuriated. And finally Sukha says, but there's a letter here that Sri Lakshmana sent. And Ravana says, read it aloud. See, it shows how foolish Ravana is. Whenever a letter is given for you, you should read it first, correct? Before it's publicly shown. What if that letter says, you're a foolish person and nobody should listen to you? You're a foolish person and nobody should listen to you. You should filter that and scan that, correct? But Ravana's not thinking. So that's exactly what this letter says. You're a fool. Nobody should listen to you. You're a kidnapper. Then Ravana had it. And he kicks Sukha. And this kick is symbolic of once you've been kicked, you're kicked out. So this is where we are, but some of the Vedanta and all of this. How carefully Goswamiji is showing the differences between Ravana and Rama. Ravana is someone who doesn't listen to anyone's advice. Bhagavan Rama listens to everyone's advice. Now for us too, when we don't listen to anyone's advice, we're more like Ravana, correct? And so many times in our Ravana is an icon of pride, correct? Many people feel very uncomfortable in these self-development forums because what's being offered by Ramayana right now is Upadesha. What does Upadesha mean? Advice. Who is this advice for? Us. We are experts at giving advice, but at following advice, exact opposite. I've joked with all of you many times. We have our understanding marriage retreats now. We had a great one in Cleveland recently. As we're speaking on thoughts of marriage, sometimes I'll see a husband and wife sitting together, and the wife is squeezing the husband's hand as I'm speaking, right? This advice is for you, not for me, it's for you. Pay attention. See the pride there again, that instead of this advice is for me, it's for you. There's that deflecting again. And in a very humorous scene, the husband was sitting in one row and the wife was sitting behind. And as I was sharing thoughts on Srimad Bhagavad Gita, he kept on looking at her, like directing my words to her, to her mind. Someone who's Ravana-like doesn't listen to any advice, and as soon as you start with that advice, they become heated up. They're very resistant to be in such forums. And even when they're in such forums, they're physically here, but mentally checked out. Who are you to tell me what to do? If you feel that, Ravana. Correct? Whereas Bhagavan Rama, he goes out of his way to ask for advice. You don't think he knows how to do all of this, but he's asking Vibhishana, correct? How empowering he is. When you meet someone who's wiser than you, because you are all wise, you should ask them, how can I be a better person? Tell me about sadhana, and on and on and on. Now another difference. In this dialogue, at no point does Ravana take Bhagavan Rama's name. Some of the words are, tell me about those two brothers. Tell me about those ascetics. He never uses the word Rama. Whereas Bhagavan Rama freely uses the word Ravana. It shows a level of hatred there. It shows a level of lack of forgiveness. And what's fascinating here is who should be forgiving who here? Ravana's kidnapped Bhagavan Rama's wife, and he feels uncomfortable saying Bhagavan Rama. Now for us, there's an element of jealousy that we feel like this. When you can't hear someone's name, it may not be hatred and lack of forgiveness, but there's a jealousy there, correct? If I keep talking about how awesome Chinmaya Mission Peoria is, and I say, Cleveland is there, Portland is there, Morgantown is there, and Mawa who? See, there's a jealousy, as an example, okay? There's a jealousy that is felt there. Bhagavan Rama feels no hatred. He's ready to forgive, right? So he freely is using his name, looking at him in the eyes. I feel this is a great indicator of how comfortable you are with someone if you can look at them in the eyes. People you are not comfortable with, you cannot look at them in the eyes. Ravana can't even say Rama's name. And some more insights into this. These spies that are seeking protection in Bhagavan Rama's name, when we serve God, what slowly is collected and disposed is mamata. What does mamata mean? Minus. If you're serving God, who should the focus be? God. These monkeys and Sugriva still saw separation as these are Ravanas and we are Ramas. But when they said in the name of Rama, they understood that they are not separate. They are Ramas and we are Ramas too. That mamata went away. And a great expression of this mamata going away is there's no more tu tu me me. You've heard of that term, tu tu me me, you, me, me. This pettiness that's there. You said this, I did this. It's so calculated. My wife is an attorney, you know that. It's very legal. 2 years ago, this is what you said, and I remember, I have this in an email. You show this to your spouse. Or to your kid. Your kid said they never want anything for their birthday, so for your whole life you get nothing. But when we serve God, when Bhagavan becomes a focus, I stop becoming the focus, which means you disappear also. So for all of us who are engaged in self-development, sadhana, we're trying to express this as seva. Again, a gauge here is, if there's less I and you, less tu me me, less pettiness, less gossip, that shows that we're evolving to a divine seva. Oh.